An empire that dominated the Mediterranean world for 600 years. The Carthaginians developed some of the ancient world's most groundbreaking technology, both at home and in the far reaches of the known world. The centerpiece of their engineering triumphs was a massive harbor that held hundreds of warships, the vanguard of antiquity's most formidable navy.
These ships are coming up fast. People see them coming. Carthage is here.
But after half a millennium, storm clouds gathered on the horizon. Carthage encountered an opponent that could match it blow for blow, a superpower like nothing the world had seen before, Rome.
The Romans saw Carthage as a spear pointed at the very heart of Rome.
In this epic struggle, only one side could emerge victorious. The other would be reduced to ashes. Bloodshed, massacre, brilliant feats of engineering and acts of suicidal bravery marked the war between the ancient world's two greatest superpowers, Rome and Carthage. It would be a fight to the death, and the outcome would change the course of Western history.
Welcome to Tunisia. Hello, I'm Peter Weller. When I was a kid, I heard the name Carthage, and I knew it was an ancient city. I didn't know exactly where it was. I'd heard of Hannibal and the elephants crossing the Alps and these famous wars with Rome. And I learned these wars were called Punic Wars, after the Latin word punici, which is what Rome called Carthage. But I had no idea where Carthage was. Well, it was here, in the northern tip of Tunisia, and behind me is the modern capital of Tunis, a city of about 2 million people sitting on the Mediterranean Sea. By the 4th century BC, Carthage was an absolute empire, dominating the Mediterranean with a formidable navy. But the original legend of Carthage starts in the eastern Mediterranean city of Tyre. The Phoenician city of Tyre and a beautiful woman named Dido, and the jealousy and greed and lust for power that would absolutely rip a royal family apart.
Dido was the beautiful daughter of King Matan. Her husband was Acerbas, an ambitious Phoenician who had met an untimely end. He was murdered by her brother, Pygmalion, the ruler of Tyre. Terrified for her life, Dido fled across the Mediterranean from her home in Tyre to the northern tip of Africa. There she bargained with the native people to buy as much land as could be covered with the hide of an ox. Clever and cunning, Dido cut the hide into the narrowest of thongs imaginable, long enough to encircle the hill on which Carthage would be built. There, under her wise governing hand, the fantastic Quat Hadasht, or New City, would be built.
When they came to Carthage, sized up the bay, looked at the mountains, looked at the flow of the rivers, looked at a place, the Bursa, which would be a great defensible fortress site, they said, this is it. This is where we will build our city.
Dido's settlement, Carthage, grew and prospered. According to legend, tales of its wealth and Dido's beauty spread around the Mediterranean world and eventually reached Iarbas, king of the Moors.
Part of Dido's story is this tale of the king of the Libyan natives, Iarbas, who wishes to marry her, but she refuses to do so. According to the storytellers, it's out of love for her assassinated husband, and she climbs onto a self-built funeral pyre and burns herself up.
It was here, like the phoenix from her ashes, that one of the greatest empires in the known world would arise.